Hi, Jinko.
Hey, Nisha.
How are you?
I'm fine. How about yourself?
All right. Sorry about that light.
Yes.
So, busy day
Busy
at
is good.
work.
Busy is
No,
good.
not good. Not good. When it's like an all-time thing, it's not good. Oh my God.
Mhm.
It's, yeah. And the pay is so little. So, anyway, that's another thing, another part of my life.
Yep. So I was looking at your assignments.
Uh-huh.
I think this is
Yeah.
your driver journey. It looks like I
The
just see a flowchart. I do not see journey. User journey, I don't see. I just see flowchart.
yeah, the flow chart.
Did we also work on user journey, actual user journey, or we did not? Let me see.
I think we we prepared the business requirement for the passengers, but
Okay. Let me
for
look.
sorry for the driver app.
Mhm.
But yeah, and to be honest, I was a little bit overwhelmed when I did started doing the project. I mean the assignment
Mhm. Yeah,
because
it takes
this
practice.
sorry.
It takes practice. Yes.
Yeah, and I felt as if the what I have done so far, it's a very superficial thing. This is nothing what it looks like, and it's so intense. I mean, there's so many aspects to it. I thought maybe I'm
Mhm.
not able to capture many important details. I'm missing on a lot
It's
of
fine.
stuff.
You'll get enough time in office, so don't worry. You're going to focus like real 8 hours on this, just flowchart.
Okay.
Like you'll get enough time to capture all these details and work with people.
Yeah.
But to build the muscle, like as I said, right? I keep using
Yeah.
these words. We need to understand how it works. We don't have to master everything right now.
Okay.
Who just joined from iPhone? Not sure. I couldn't tell.
Raven,
Hey, Revant.
yeah, I joined from iPhone, so I'll be there in home in 5-10 minutes. So
All right,
that's why I joined in
it's
iPhone.
fine. That's not a problem. Just want to make sure I know who just joined.
Yeah, sure.
I see Shrey, Nisha, Revant,
Hi.
and hey, Amar. How are you doing? I think I missed your call. You just called me, Amir? All right. I think we can probably get started. Class is getting recorded. All right. So before I move forward, how did you guys feel about your working sessions, working with each other and coming up with assignments?
It was good. But we still, if you don't mind, like show us how to start with the process flow, like how to just initiate with the process flow,
Okay, sure. I can do that.
like after the class. So once you tell us, so we can start making that after the class.
I think what you guys made was process flow. You guys did not made user journey.
I mean, user journey for drivers app, we didn't find any screenshots, so it was hard.
Didn't we
Mama,
discuss this? Didn't we
was it
dis-
bad?
Hey, Shazia.
Hi. Hi, everybody.
So I don't think we did not have user journey screenshots. Did we discuss to take delete the app from our phone for Uber driver app and take all the screenshots from that and create a user journey from there?
Yeah, but you won't be able to do it until, because as a customer is a different thing. You're signing up for a driver app. You're actually applying for a job.
No. So did you guys try to download Uber driver app?
I didn't.
I did.
Did you guys take the screenshot of step by step? I think that's what we discussed, right? We'll be taking step by step screens from there from Uber app when we try to download as when we try to sign up as driver, and we will not sign up at the end. We're just going to go through the process.
So the thing that I found and I checked Lyft as well. So I found two things. One is on my Uber account. I can also go and ride as sign up as a driver. So I don't need to download the app
It's on
separately.
the accession counter.
But it's gonna be another app.
Yeah, and then there's a separate app both for Lyft and for Uber, the driver app. So I downloaded the Lyft app, and I checked. I just browsed through the driver app for Uber, but I didn't take the screenshot. And midway, I stopped because you can't proceed further unless you fill out certain information.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
And you have to scan your license, and you have to fill certain information. So I kind of got stuck there.
Okay, give me 1 minute. I'll show you where to find that. If you guys get stuck on anything, feel free to send the message on Teams so people can reply and people will know that there is something that you guys are stuck upon, right? If you don't share your concerns, it will be very hard for you to find out the way. I think it's been already 1.5 week. I was really expecting someone has taken all these screenshots from Uber driver app. And if you were not able to do that, I think at least this should have been brought up earlier than now. Let me use some unwanted stuff on my screen and show you guys what we are going to do now.
So I have a question. What is the purpose of user journey? Because right now we have an Uber app and it's available to take a screenshot. But what if we are preparing something which...
That's the exact reason we are doing it for. When something does not existing in the world, you create this mock-ups first. You create this user journey first before you create the actual app. Remember I showed you that theme forest? There was the entire rover login functionality in the Uber journey app in that. What was the purpose for that? That as a user, how user is going to use that app, you need to first think about it. Then someone is going to code that. Do you guys remember? I think Nisha, your webcam got stuck. Not sure if you're still able to listen us or did we lose you?
Yep.
We are not able to hear you. Okay, so do you guys remember this theme forest? Do you guys remember this, that we reviewed this
Yes.
on our first class? That was the exact purpose, right? What is this? These are screens. What are we going to do? This is the user journey here, right? They have not connected this user journey, but so over here, what is the user journey? User comes to sign up. When they click on sign up, they would get this screen. After this, they will get this screen, then this screen, then this, then this, then this. This is the user journey, right? You create.
Oh, I didn't do this way.
Yeah, you create these screens. Designer is going to create this screen before actual mobile application is going to be developed. So this is your responsibility that someone, so developer is just going to code every single thing that you have on this page. They're not going to think about, hey, why should we have one field and why should we have two fields? Why should we write it this way? Why should we not write it this way? Why is this color green or why this color red? They are literally going to copy every single thing you have on the screen. Is it making sense?
Yes. I thought that was
is-
an app too.
Yep, this is what we discussed, right? That user journey, we need to capture the screenshots from Uber because someone has developed Uber app before it was a reality. And before they have done that, they would have gone through these things, what you're seeing right now in front of us.
So do we have to explain each screen in mockups or wireframes?
No, we don't have to. That is the purpose, right? We have not got to that level yet. That is the reason we have BRD for. So you first create user journey, then you create BRD, then you create the actual hi-fi designs like this.
So I just made a silly thing actually. Okay.
So what I think, what I see in the assignments, you all have created process flow, but nobody has created user journey. At least
I made the process flow stupid.
there is nothing like stupid or not good, right? That's not the purpose. It's all okay to make mistakes right now, but
When I
the
was trying
idea-
to do it on, I'm sorry to interrupt you. When I was trying to do it on that draw diagram app, I could not send it to my actually email. So I have to take a screenshot on my computer to send it to me.
So apps.diagram would never let you send anything in an email. I think we have covered this also in the class unit. I think if you go to the first class, so apps.diagram, when you open it, when you save things, it will save in your laptop. And if you want to open that, you have to go to file. Then over here, it says open from, go to device, and you have to find that folder
Okay.
where you have stored it, and then it will open up.
But I try to save it and I saved it as a PDF file. I don't know if
You could? Okay.
yeah, and that's what I've posted on Teams.
Yeah, but that is still what I see. I don't see there a user journey. I see a flowchart.
Yeah, but
I see a
User
flowchart.
journey is like when you put all the screens there.
Yes,
Yeah.
and those screens. doesn't have
Okay, yeah.
those screens. Those screens would be like this.
Hmm.
When you
yeah.
create user
Okay.
journey before, so again, guys, remember, our job is to build a car without an engine, right? So you cannot just build all the cars that you're looking at right now. Someone has created the prototypes for those cars, right? Someone has created those designs, and then only that car has become a reality. So hence the request was that if you download the Uber app for driver, take every single screenshot so you would exactly know what are the steps involved in it. Right? That I think that step itself was missing. So there are two different things you should do always. Before you start writing any document or before you jump into any process, you should always do two things, regardless of whether it is waterfall or agile. You should create user journey for your own sake, and you should create process flow for your own sake. You don't have to share this with anyone if you're not confident, but you absolutely have to do this. Otherwise, you will have to figure out the process.
I have a question. What if there's something new, like there's no screenshots available anywhere?
Yeah, you need to think through that. You need to create your own screenshots in that case.
Like, how do I create screenshots? Like,
This is the tool for that, apps.diagram. Do you see this?
Okay. Didn't you say that we do user journey and flowchart parallelly, like together? We can do that?
What I told you was, if I remember, before BRD, you need to create both user journey and process flow.
Oh, yeah.
Now, you don't have to get too much carried by the sequence and all. Whatever makes sense in the just go with that. Right? So, guys, can you please mute yourself if you're not speaking?
So what are wireframes? I thought this what you're showing on the screen is what
It's wireframes, yes. Guys,
Okay.
I think, okay. This is the reason you guys need to do assignments on time, guys. Okay, I think we have not decided to discuss these things during our interview sessions. We'll run behind if we do it this way. There are three things: wireframes, mockups, and high fidelity designs. Those are three things, right? User journey can be created with any of these things. User journey is a journey. Whether you create the journey using wireframe or mockups or actual designs, it's up to you. Right? What is user journey? Step 1 is this, step 2 is this, step 3 is this, step 4 is this, step 5 is this. Correct? So you can create user journey using wireframes or using mockups or using actual designs. In company, based on your timeline, based on your expertise, they might expect you to do anything out of this. You will never create this actual page like I was showing here, this beautiful page like inch by inch on your own. This is not your job. This is designer's job. UI designer, UX or UI designer are going to do this. But when they create this, they will create this journey as well. And they will make them connected. When you click on submit, it will take you to the next screen. When you click on forgot password, it will take you to that password page. Right? That's called interactive prototype. So remember the jargons. Prototype. So it starts with wireframe, then it becomes mockup, then it becomes actual design. From that design, you can create two things: user journey, and you can create interactive prototypes. Interactive. Why I'm saying interactive? Because when you click on things, you can connect these two screens. So without someone coding it, you can go to Starbucks and tell someone, hey, can you click here and see what is happening? that app will work. But it is just like you are literally taking the entire car with you and you are walking instead of engine running the car, right? So you need to do this before you start any project. If it's a new project, still there will be some user involved in it, right? What that user is going to see, you need to think about it. What is user going to see? What any application that you see is going to be used by some user or some bank or some healthcare company. Someone is sitting in front of laptop and using that screen. What they're going to use it for? You need to think about that and you need to write those things down. And your project will be about some specific goal. Am I making sense?
What is the difference between wireframes and mockups?
So what you see here is wireframes, because you see there are just these are just wires. There is no color, there is no alignment of fields, there is nothing here. Literally just a basic skeleton, right? If you want to create a mock-up from here, it will be like you take this same screen over here. I'll try to put some pretty images. I'll just go online. So this is the sign-in form. I'll just take the screenshot of this. Again, I'm creating here everything. Let me not create it. I think you will again get confused with that. Let's go to Visio.
You just make it look nice, but you don't worry about the colors and stuff.
Yes, that's all.
Okay.
That's all you do to make it more presentable, where depending on your audience, if you're interacting with CEO level person, you don't want them to see wireframes. You want to see them a beautiful page.
So Microsoft Visio can be used for both user journey and flowchart.
Everything. You can use Microsoft Visio for prototype, for wireframe, for mockup, everything except for design. For design, there are other tools, which is XD, Adobe, and Sketch, which is not your concern, not your job. There will be a specific person hired for that.
And what about the interactive design?
That you can create if you want to. So
In
there's an
Visio?
option where you can connect the buttons. So if you, let me open this here.
Yeah, we don't know how to use this. I was confused.
Use this as in?
How to use the Microsoft Visio for flowchart?
So any Microsoft product, you just go to YouTube, just search for 10 minutes video on that. There will be 10 minutes video. It will give you a basic knowledge on how to create the process flow. This is not different than what you do in Word. Literally, you just copy paste shapes and put it here and then start doing it. Right? And I don't know why it's not coming up right now. Let me see if web shapes are coming up. I'll show you how to do this.
So even about connecting the two screens, is this something that a BA has to do, or is it something that a developer has to do?
You may end up, developers will not do it. This is not code, right? You are connecting two different screens. Have you used Word document where you have a link within Word? When you click on it, it goes to some other page, something like that, right? You have a mock-up, you have a button that says submit. When someone clicks on it, it'll take it to the next available screen. It's a prototype. Okay. Right? And there is an option. When you right click on that button, it'll give you an option to add a link. Do you see this connector? It gives you an option to connect to that, and that's about it. Right? But I was not expecting you guys to create prototype first. I was expecting you guys to create user journey in apps.diagram. That's why I showed you this tool, right? Even if you use this tool in your office, that's completely fine. If you don't know how to use Visio, it's okay. But I think we studied this tool, how to use this in our class. And this is exactly how you use Visio. You will get the shapes in Visio as well. Just drag and drop and just connect it. That's all you have to do. Right? You can put whatever you want here. You create this box, you put this field inside, you put this circle inside, put some colors if you want to, and it will become ready for you. It is super straightforward. Right? And now when you create mockups, you create with this beautiful color, some relevant colors, right? Not like completely, you will not create everything in red, which looks really bad. Whatever your company's theme is, if your company's theme is blue and gray, then you'll go with some color of blue and gray shade. If your company's theme is green and something, you'll just go with that theme and you'll create something. Why? Because when you're presenting in front of CE or director level people, sometimes they are looking for something more than wireframe, not just this simple thing. If I want to convert this into mockup, what would I do now? So this is first name. I'll first create this. Let me show you. This is a button.
And the mockup doesn't have to be interactive, correct?
It doesn't have to.
If it is it just a plus sign?
It's called prototype. If the moment it becomes interactive or clickable is the word. The moment it becomes clickable, it's called prototype. So this is the difference between wireframe and mockup. Now I can just put here first name, last name, email ID. This is called mockup now. This becomes mockup. So if I want to make this clickable, let's see if there is an option here. So if I click on this, do you see there's an option here, edit link? I just have to put a link here. It will go to page, whatever page I want to, or drag URL. I just have to select which screen it will go to. And now whenever you click on this, I'll apply, and after that it will make it clickable. Whenever I click on this, it will go to the next screen. Right? That's called mockup. And from mockup, you can create a prototype. Again, you can create user journey and prototype from wireframes, from mockups, or from actual high fidelity designs. These are called high fidelity design. FIDELITY, high fidelity design. This is the user interface designer's job, not your. But you want to make sure that you give them this high level wireframe first or mockups, so designer knows what to create after that. Is it clear?
Yeah.
So in the Uber app, what would have happened before it became a reality? Someone created these wireframes, then they converted it to mockups. Then these mockups were created into these high fidelity designs. So when I asked you to take the screenshots, you have gone to the third step. You would have actually taken the high fidelity design screenshots. And then you would have created the journey here in apps.diagram. All you do is literally copy those screenshots and put it here and connect it with the connector. That's it. Connect with the arrow. So you see here there is an arrow. Just use this arrow and connect it, right? That's all you have to do. From this screen, you'll go here. From this screen, you'll go to the next screen, which is this. Or if you want to click on the button and show where you click on it goes to the next screen, you can also do that. You can get creative if you have to. And nobody's going to ask this from you within half a day or so. They might ask you if there is just one screen that I need this by in a day or so. But this entire user journey that I was talking about, nobody's going to ask that from you within a day. They'll definitely give you at least 3 to 4 weeks time. So you do have time to go back and fix these things and make sure it looks good, right? But I was just showing you a shortcut that kill all this. And the easy way is just go to AppDuke or ThemeForest, find that similar project, find those screens. Every company needs sign up. Every company needs sign in. Every company needs payment. Every company has to do something for recurring payment, for credit card payment, for debit card payment, for direct deposit, right? All those features are available online. And the easiest way you could have done, I was hoping someone in the class would do this. Lyft, Uber, driver, screenshot. That's all you need to search. And entire journey is right here for you. I didn't share this because I wanted you guys to be a little more creative than me throwing out this information on purpose.
Dude, I checked with everything. If you show me like the whole journey here, it's
okay.
not.
You can create. You have to take one screens from here and create the own journey, right? Just make it up on your own journey. Doesn't have to be perfect. You searched here is what you were telling me, Shrey?
Yes, I did search a lot, but it didn't work. It didn't show me like the actual.
Why would it be that way? Hold on. It's not possible. Just a second. You will find.
I looked it up, but I had it confused, the user journey with the flowchart. So I made a flowchart instead.
Yeah, and that's where I see that nobody has created the journey. Everyone has created the process flow. So,
There's a lot on LinkedIn as well. They have created Uber user journey.
I think fastest was to just download the app.
Yep,
But
that's
then,
the reason I told you guys to just download the app, just start taking screenshots or take a video, and that's all you would need. So you see this, someone has created this ride experience. You see this person is a designer, so she has done a lot of, she has put in a lot of efforts, but we don't have to do it this way. So you see this one screen, second screen, third, fourth. I'm pretty sure if you just go to Google within 30 minutes, I can create the entire journey without going to Uber app Uber or Lyft app in reality. I
So
can
you're
find
trying-
that journey here.
So you're trying to say it doesn't have to match with exactly Uber Ride app, right?
Yeah, it doesn't have to. If you have not done that and if you did not have enough time, then you could have done this was the second approach. Right? I'm just giving you scrappy approaches. So our first goal is to understand what the process is going to look like, then spend more time on this to finalize and make it more beautiful. Our first goal is to understand how it's going to work, right? That's the essence of creating user journey and process flow. Why do we create that? To get a high level understanding on how it is going to work. If I tell you that, hey, we by in 1 month from now, I want entire 400 million people in US being vaccinated, what would you do to that? What would you do to do that? How would you make it happen?
Create an app
Create an app, but how would you? What kind of app you would need?
with the same style, like user journey, step by step, how it's going to flow through the final journey, actually.
Sorry, that's not right, Hassan. When you want to
Curate the
vaccinate 400 million
process.
people, the first thing that you want to do is to come up with the plan how you're going to serve those people. Mobile app, whether you need it or not, that's the second question. You again, we are going to the solution. Do not go into the solution. Problem statement is I want to make sure that every single person in US gets vaccinated. If you don't have mobile application, you will not get vaccinated.
No, you would. People are getting
Right?
it.
So that's not the solution, right? So solution is different. First, think about the plan, strategy. How, if I have 400 million people, how am I going to divide population? How am I going to spread my vaccinations in different cities? What kind of commute I'm going to provide? What kind of time? So you need to first think to the strategy. There is no coding required here. Think through the strategy. Now you think, hey, this is the process. In order to support this process, what kind of applications are required? List of systems. Once we have this list of systems, okay, there is something called mobile application and website which we need to create. What would they look like? This is what it would look like, where you create wireframes, mockups, then high fidelity designs, create the process flow, start writing BRD. That's the process, right? So mobile application is just a tool. Business does not run based on mobile application. Business runs based on the strategy on how to use mobile application. Correct? Can I expect that you guys can, you know how to take videos on phone? I know at least on iPhone, there is a way where you do scroll up from bottom like this. When you scroll up over here, there is one icon for me, which looks like this. One dot, like a recorder icon here. On iPhone, I know how to bring this up. I don't know on Android, but when you click on that, it will start recording your screen in 3 seconds. So if you don't want to take screenshots of Uber, all you have to do is, the easy way is record that screen and start going through the steps of Uber driver app one by one. Take that video, send that video to yourself on laptop, and now read that. Now go through the video several times and start taking screenshots from your website, so it will be easier for you. Right? So the reason we are learning this is because sometimes people might tell you in the interview, hey, do you can you just create the mockup for this thing? So I don't want you to fumble there, right? That's what the practice was about. That we know how to create this, like use this apps.diagram. You can tell them, hey, I usually like to use apps.diagram for my mockups. I don't like Visio that much. You can tell them, that's completely fine. And this is more easier for you, and you just manage everything here. And the way you use apps.diagram is not different than Visio. This is the exact thing you would see in Visio. There is no difference there. Or even if you use Lucidchart, it is the same thing. It is this different type of tool solving the exact same problem that you are looking at.
Yeah, I used Lucidchart.
You use Lucidchart, right? Yeah. So I think that's not a problem. You can use whatever tool you want, but the goal is to create something like this.
We can upload it on in PDF format because I wasn't sure how to share this.
Yeah,
with
you
the
can
group.
upload that. I think there is an option here
Okay.
when you do file. There is an option to save as PDF.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I
But
did.
The moment you do it, you will lose this copy if you close your laptop.
Yeah.
You'll have to recreate everything. So hence I was suggesting that you just have to click on save and just save it on your device somewhere on your laptop. Select device. When you select device, it will let you open your C folder and save it there. So I have all these things. Do you see this? These are all apps.diagram wireframes.
Okay.
Which one do you recommend, Visio or
I
this?
would recommend apps.diagram. I felt this is super easy.
I saw diagram. Okay,
App.diagrams.
that's what I used yesterday. Okay.
This is super easy. Visio is a little clunky. It's not fast. It's not. It's a little crazy.
Okay.
But this is much more easier in terms of speed and in terms of usability. This is much more simple. Okay, and this is the wireframe, and this is the mock-up, and this is the high fidelity design. Can I assume that you guys understood now how to create this?
Yes.
Okay, so again, to give you an extremely simple example, right? Extremely simple example. If someone tells you to paint a picture of a dog within 30 seconds, how are you going to do that? What are you going to do that? Just create the boundaries, right?
Yeah, outline.
Outlining, that's it, right?
Mhm.
That's wireframe. If someone tells you, hey, you have 10 minutes and paint a picture of a dog now, would it be little more than outlining, right? It would be little more than outlining.
Yeah, that's a mock-up.
Yes.
That's a mock-up. And if I tell you that, hey, I'm going to pay you $100,000, I want this painting to be look so perfect that someone can get mesmerized that this is actually a dog.
That would be high fidelity design.
Yes.
High fidelity design.
That will be high fidelity design. And now, whenever you create these three different options, mock-up, wireframe, mock-up, or high fidelity design, right? Now you have two different options. You can either create a user journey or you can create a prototype, which means you will have several pictures of those dogs. Like you want to show that the dog is running, right? So you'll have several wireframes created to make sure that when you, have you guys seen that when you do books like this, some kids do that. They, I don't know what they call, but they just make it seem like the dog is actually running, but dog is not running. In iPhone, if you see when you're taking several pictures in the same moment, iPhone automatically creates a video of that.
More like a 3D.
Sorry, what was that?
More like a 3D.
More like a 3D, yes. So they're
Kind
able
of
to
like a
create
flip
dogs, right?
book.
Something like that. So that's prototype. That's user journey. How a user is behaving in that moment. You can use any of these three and you can create the user journey or prototype if you want to. First create the user journey, then create the prototype. It'll make your life easy.
Okay, I have another silly question. So when you said we should take screenshots, so you asking us to paste those screenshots in this Appsort diagrams, or
Yes.
we should see those and create wireframes?
No, I am expecting you to copy those screenshots and put it in apps.diagram and then just connect it with this arrow like this.
Okay.
So you know, if I want to create an app like Driver right now, like Driver app right now without anyone's help, what the journey is looking like, right? I would need this many screens. These are the number of steps. Then you will write BRD on that. Once you do that, someone from development team is going to use your business document and use those screenshots that you have put in the app.diagram. They're going to use that to start coding. Makes sense?
So I was confused. I'm sorry. So I was confused when you say create the user journey. You are telling me now, or telling us now, that you just need to see these with the pictures, with the app, downloading, signing up, creating your profile and everything. But where the BRD is going to go in that, is it going to go in the same document? It's going to be in a different document.
Can someone answer that? Someone wants to try answering that?
Different.
So in BRD, if you remember, it was a big Excel sheet. For
Yeah, that was a big Excel sheet. Yes.
you can attach the entire wireframe or user journey in that, or you can take one screen from here, and wherever the relevant requirement comes in, just paste that requirement in that Excel sheet or in the Word document.
But that's
Got
only
it.
required, right? You don't have to have, right?
So I missed
You
your question.
have to have the. You don't have to have the screenshots in Excel, right? You don't need
It's
it.
okay if you don't have it. Yeah, you can just share this user journey. It's okay if you don't have it. In Excel, it is not possible. If you're using a Word document, then what I would suggest is when you're writing for this, when you're writing requirements for this particular screen, it will be good to put that screenshot right below that requirement so someone can see and read at the same time. In Excel, it may not be possible.
Are the screenshots just a visual example?
Yes. Example or wireframe of whatever you have created user journey from, just take that and put it in there.
Roughly how it should look or whatever.
Okay, let me stop sharing. Let me share something with you all. Just a minute.